Hello, class. William Cook, and this is our final discussion board. Uh, the problem of a human scale, it's really a question of how large political society can become while still effectively governing and representing the people who live within it. Throughout Western political thought, philosophers have disagreed over whether political order is something that develops naturally among human beings or whether it must be deliberately created and enforced. This distinction is important because it leads to very different ideas about the proper size and role of government. The course videos from this week contrast Aristotle and Thomas Hobbes as representatives of these two traditions. Aristotle viewed political society as something natural to human beings. People naturally form families, communities, and eventually political societies. Within this tradition, however, there is an emphasis on keeping political communities at a relatively human scale. Government requires more than simply enforcing laws. It also depends on relationships, shared interests, and some degree of participation among citizens. As political communities become larger, maintaining those connections becomes increasingly difficult. Hobbes approaches the problem from almost the opposite direction. Rather than viewing political order as something that simply develops naturally, Hobbes argues that government is an artificial creation necessary to protect people from anarchy. Without a powerful government, individuals would be free to pursue their own interests without an authority capable of restraining them. Hobbes famously describes life under these conditions as solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Individuals therefore surrender some of their natural freedoms to a sovereign authority capable of establishing and enforcing order. One comparison from the presentation that I found particularly useful was the description Hobbes government as something similar to traffic regulations. Everyone on the road has a different destination and a different reason for traveling. The government does not necessarily need everyone to share the same destination. Instead, it establishes rules that allow everyone to travel without constantly crashing into one another. In that sense, Hobbes' political system can operate on a much larger scale because it does not necessarily depend upon close personal relationships or a strong common identity. It depends primarily on obedience to a common set of rules. However, I think this is where the problem of scale becomes apparent. A government may become large enough to efficiently maintain order while simultaneously becoming too distant from the people it governs. A national government can establish uniform laws and provide security across an enormous territory, but it cannot necessarily understand the particular needs of every community. On the other hand, extremely small political communities may understand local needs very well, but lack the resources or power necessary to deal with larger problems. I think the American constitutional system represents an attempt to balance these competing problems. Madison recognized that a larger republic could actually help protect liberty because the existence of many different factions makes it more difficult for any single faction to dominate everyone else. At the same time, federalism prevents every political decision from being made by one distant central authority. Local and state governments can address problems closer to their citizens, while the national government can address issues that require greater resources and coordination. Ultimately, I do not think there is one perfect human scale for government. Different responsibilities require different levels of political authority. National defense clearly requires a larger political organization than maintaining a local school system or addressing the needs of a particular community. The challenge is finding the balance between efficiency and security that come with the size and representation, participation, responsibilities that come from smaller political communities. In that sense, the problem human scale is not simply whether government should be large or small. It is determining now how political authority can remain effective without becoming so distant from the people that it no longer understands or represents them. Thank you for your time, and I wish the entire class luck in the future. Thank you.